Hi, my name is Kay Kriewald. I am with the UW Space Place, which is an outreach program of the UW-Madison Astronomy Department. What I wanted to do was to give you an idea of how you can find constellations in the night sky. So if you're just getting started stargazing, maybe you know a few constellations like the Big Dipper or Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. How can you expand that and find more constellations and things in the night sky? One thing that people do is to use apps on their phone now. So there are lots of really good apps out there that you can download, put on your phone or your computer that will help you find these things. One of the ones that we use at Space Place quite often is called Stellarium. It's spelled S-T-E-L-L-A-R-I-U-M. You can go to their website, download it on your computer for free, and set it for the day, time that you'll be outside. And it will show you what constellations, what things are visible in the night sky for that particular day and time. Another thing that you can do is use something called a Starfinder. Some people call them star charts, some people call them planispheres. They're all essentially the same thing. And what it does is just what you do with an app on your phone, is you set it for the month, day, and time that you want to go outside, and it will show you the constellations that are visible. If you go to our website, which is spaceplace.org, we have a link on there to a website called skymaps.com. And Skymaps is nice because it gives you a star chart for each particular month. So for the month of October, if you want to go out and look at the constellations, you can download that. It will also tell you what things are visible naked eye, what things are visible in binoculars, and what things are visible if you have a telescope. So it gives you a couple of targets or things to look for in the night sky also. So the other thing that you can do is you can buy a Starfinder. We use one at Space Place that's made by Edmund Scientific. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see it better. And this, again, you set for the month, the day, and the time that you're going outside. And in this little window right here, it will show you the constellations that are visible. So if, say, for example, I'm going out October 15th, there's a little wheel here that turns, so I can turn it to different months, different days. And along the wheel, it has the months of the year. So if I were going out in October, I would look for the month of October here. And then within the month of October, it has lines for the days during the month. And then along the outside of the wheel here, it has the times. So if I were going outside, say, October 15th at 10 p.m., I would line up the month of October. I would find the little line here for October 15th. I would line it up with 10 p.m., so all three of those things are lined up. And then on October 15th at 10 p.m., these are the constellations I would see in the night sky. Also along the outside of this little window, outside of this little oval, it has the directions. So we have north, south, east, and west on here. So if I were looking to the north, I would line it up so that north was pointed in the direction I was looking, to the north. And if I were looking at something, if I saw a constellation that was close to the ground, it's going to be near the edge of this little window. Things that are going to be high up overhead are going to be closer to the center of this little window. So very easy to use. And this is made for our latitude here. And this is something that you can keep for your entire life. It will be, work for you forever, as long as you stay around the same latitude that you are right here in Madison. The other thing that you can do if you want to do a little activity is to download a Starfinder and cut it out and put it together and use it. I have one that I got from Sky and Telescope. And this isn't the only one that's out there. If you just Google for Starfinders and activities, you'll find lots of different ones. I like this one for a couple different reasons. It comes in two parts here. So one part has the constellations on it here. And it's nice and big, so it's easy to read, easy to identify some of the different constellations. And then along the outside of this circle, you'll see it has the months of the year, just like the one that I showed you from Edmund Scientific. And then within each of the months, it has lines for the days of the month. So on one sheet, you have the constellations, the months, and the days. On the other sheet, it has the holder for that. So along the top of the holder, it has the times that you would be going out. So it goes all the way from 5 p.m. over to 7 o'clock in the morning. So any of those times that you want to go outside, take a look at the constellations, this would work for you. What you're going to do is, once you print off those two sheets, you can cut them out. So when you get done, it will look like this. You'll have the circle again with the constellations, the months, and the days on it. And then the holder, you just cut around the outside of the holder here like this. And you're going to cut that little window out because that's where you're going to see those constellations. You can fold the back of it up like this. I've got one that's completed here. So I'm just going to fold up the back of the holder, and what it makes is a little envelope for your constellation wheel to go into. So you slide the constellations into the holder like this, and you'll notice that if you cut it out carefully, the months and days will be right along the top of your holder. And again, you line up those three things. So if I, again, want to go out on October 15th at 10 p.m., what I'm going to do is line up October, the number 15, 10 p.m., and at that time, these are the constellations I will see in the night sky there. Again, if it's close to the edge, that means it's going to be a constellation that's close to the ground. So maybe if you have a lot of trees around your house, it might be difficult to see some of those. If you're looking at constellations that are high up overhead, that's going to be in the center of your little window there. So it's kind of a fun activity to get you started looking for constellations and identifying some of those in the night sky. Thank you for joining us, and good luck with finding some new constellations.